is that time of year again. Yay! We're getting ready for Saturday's Polar Plunge in Seattle to raise money for Special Olympics Washington. Last year, David Rose, Marnie Hughes, Michelle Ludka, and some of our producers braved the very cold water to help out a good cause, and they did a great job. And this year, we are hoping you will join us. Joining us now, Mary Doe with Special Olympics Washington and Sergeant Brian Johnston with the Monroe Police Department. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
What a fun event. I know we've been talking this morning about, oh, it's so cold out, but why should people participate? It's not about the temperature of the water.
No,
so much more than
not
that.
at all. It's so much more about the athletes and what we can do to help Special Olympics and Washington State Special Olympics achieve their goals and athletes achieving their goals in their competitions.
Yeah, and how can people participate?
So you can go to our website at www.specialolympicswashington.org, and their support is going to reach 14,000 athletes across our state that are competing here locally. So it's an amazing day for people to come have fun and start fundraising.
Talk a little bit about the tradition of this. There are some people who do it year after year, all for a good cause.
Absolutely. So we've been doing this, in Washington State, close to maybe a decade now across the state. So we have 7 plunges across the state. We've got 6 left, including Seattle's this weekend and Spokane, Tacoma later on this month. And people come out and they get their teams together, they fundraise, they put on their costumes, and law enforcement come out in full uniform and take the plunge for Special Olympics. It's an amazing day to raise a little bit of awareness for our cause.
And how did the connection with law enforcement come about? Why is it so important for you?
Of the duties that we have, I think our sacred duty to Special Olympics is one of the most important ones. In the almost 50 years that law enforcement is supporting Special Olympics, we want to help in inclusion and the spirit of athletes, and our relationship with our athlete friends is incredible, and it's just one of those things that we hold near and dear to our hearts.
There might be some people who would love to participate but may have some health issues preventing them from doing this particular event. How can they still contribute and help?
So many different ways. And so there is a chicken coop. So you can go ahead and be a virtual plunger. You might be a little bit afraid of the cold. That's not a problem. Go register online as 2 chicken, and you can still come. You can still fundraise, still earn incentives and prizes, and stay dry. Really cool thing that we have too for all of our plungers or virtual plungers is a cruise this year. So if anybody raises $150 until March 31st, they are put into a raffle for a 7-day cruise on Holland America to the Caribbean or Mexico. So I mean, you really can't lose there. You're helping Special Olympics. So
I know we mentioned Seattle, but this is helping and happening statewide. This is all over.
It's a big deal. Law enforcement are great to us. I mean, in every community you can find a Special Olympics athlete, you find law enforcement, and then you find our polar plunges that help raise money for our organization.
Yeah, you mentioned the athletes that are competing locally for a chance to compete in March. Talk a little bit more about that event itself.
Yeah, so in March is our big Winter Games in Wenatchee, and so we've got nearly 3,000 Special Olympics Washington athletes that have been competing and training hard these several months, and so they're getting ready for the big games, which will include skiing and basketball, and all the monies that are raised throughout the year through the Law Enforcement Torch Run or any of our Special Olympics events gives an opportunity for athletes to travel for free. Their lodging, their uniforms, the meals, everything is 100% covered by Special Olympics Washington for them to have a chance to participate.
I want to ask both of you too. We talk a lot about the people that are going to be helped by all of the polar plunges. You have met with these athletes. You've worked with these athletes. What is the direct impact that this organization has on people who are able to participate?
I think obviously the relationships that we have. I have several friends that are Special Olympic athletes, but I think also, if we go back in the history of Special Olympics, many years ago, we had a group of people that were not included. We did not have inclusion. Today, we see our athletes in full-time jobs, families, productive, and included into our day-to-day lives. So I think it has done amazing things for a segment of our population that was previously way underserved.
And this is our way that we can help.
Yep.
Yeah. Sergeant Brian Johnston, Mary Doe, thank you so
you.
much. Really appreciate you shedding light on this, and we really encourage all of you to attend, or as she mentioned, there's a way that you can be a chicken and donate online.
Jump.
It's so fun.
On.
You should jump.
I would love to jump.
Okay. Jump. We'll see you on Saturday.
I'm going to be
then.
in Canada, but maybe I can jump in Canada and just and donate the money instead, because it's so fun and refreshing too. So the weekend itself kicks off Friday, then Saturday the main plunge takes place at Golden Gardens Park in Seattle. That's right through Ballard. Ballard. You can't miss it. 1 o'clock. Registration opens at 10 in the morning. And this year, if you raise, as Mary mentioned, $150 by March 31st, you'll be entered for a chance to win a week-long cruise for 2 on any Caribbean or Mexican voyage, plus airfare. To sign up, go to polarplungewa.org and just start fundraising. Bill, over to you.